Governor Wamatangi, if this act of valor is setting best practice on disaster response, because you were captured trying to do rescue, but we'll bring up that picture later on and show you whether you can respond to that. Do we have that picture? Let's bring it up and see what, yes, there. What was going through your mind at that particular point? Because I see Dikushia is saying that this act of valor is setting best practice on disaster response, no safety on your part.
Well, you know, as you can see, all of us there, Trevor, I didn't, you know, have it, but you see, this was immediately after this house collapsed.
Yeah.
And you have two choices to make. Do you go around to the office to go and get headgear and whatever, or do you save people who are screaming inside and making phone calls, and they have few seconds or minutes to leave? And if you watched what happened, because I normally get to the office early, Trevor, and I was just about to get to the office. It was about 5:45 or 5:50 in the morning. And so immediately when I was just close to the office, I got a call. There's a house that has collapsed. And so I had to quickly make a turn, a detour to the place. I arrived there and I found it is just probably about minutes when the house building has collapsed. Remember, this is a 6-story building, and it collapsed on top of another house, other 2 houses. And so people are inside there. And we were the first responders to rescue the first victims. And so, as you saw that picture, I didn't know that it was taken there. Where you see me peeking in is where we were hearing voices in there, and so we had to quickly act. And before other help arrived.
Yeah.
Including, the photos that came up later of this, then you could see me later now in headgear because somebody went and brought after that. But we had to respond, and I'm glad to say, Trevor, that we managed to rescue. We took out 9 people. Yeah. Only 2 of them had passed on when we rescued them. But the other 7 were alive. Unfortunately, we lost 3 when they went to hospital, a mother and her 2 children. Trevor, I'm the one who dug out one of the boys, and I got him out when he was still alive, but unconscious. And and I've said that because you've asked this question. There was no time to think, man. There was no time to think. You just have to get on and do what you have to do. And even this morning, my heart still goes out to that family because the mother perished and the 2 boys. And, I can't still describe how I feel, having taken that boy and ran with him to the ambulance and put him there, only to be told that when he got to hospital, passed away. I took a few photos, of his wall there where he'd put some of the photos that our young boys paint, of a crocodile or whatever, a smart picture of it. And, I would relive that image and know how my innocent son would be a victim of that kind of, negligence and irresponsibility by our citizens, by failing to adhere to building codes, ensuring that you're building safe. It's unbelievable. But I just want to say to our people, really, that we must be our brother's keeper. No matter what you want to do, even if you're investing to make money. And by the way, in Kiambu, we are encouraging investors. We're saying, come and invest. We are a prime location for investors who want to build good buildings. And we are next to Nairobi, so we want to house people. But we are saying also, when you do that, ensure that you follow the rule. Yeah. Ensure that you follow building code. Let your construction site be supervised by qualified personnel who are experts. Yeah. And get your permits. And then we will support you and help you to build. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying as the governor of Kiambu onwards is that we are going to be very strict. Yeah. We have, there are about 7 buildings that have collapsed in less than 4 months. And that is a terrible record. And that shows that there's a huge negligence. We will encourage our people to come. We will help investors. Yeah. We will invite them and give them the best atmosphere to work. But we are saying, please, you will also have to follow the rule.
Yeah.
And we are going to enforce that.
But should you also have a better disaster response unit? Because yours was a rock and a hard place. Like you're saying that your delay to go and protect yourself literally meant life and death for other people. So as the governor, they're looking up at you to help them, and you are there. But should you then have a better disaster response?
Yes, we should. That's quite true, Trevor. And that's one of the immediate goals that I'm working on as the governor of the county, that will have a better equipped, well and faster trained quick response unit, such that when those kind of things occur, because the reality is that we are a prime spot for that kind of construction, and that means risks would be higher. I'm working on ensuring that we have a response unit that is super placed to respond to this kind of thing. I acknowledge, indeed, that we would have been very stuck were it not that we got support from national government. And I want to thank His Excellency the President and the Deputy President, because they were so fast, called National Disaster Response, and within a few hours they were there, found we had started the work. At local level, we'll need to be more prepared. I would also want to urge my fellow governors that I think this is one of the areas that we need to look at much more closely, and ensure that now that we don't have a Minister of Devolution, as we were saying a few minutes earlier, that walking and running and standing on our feet means being prepared just like a national government is. And we build this kind of response units, equip them, train our personnel such that we can be able to save lives when this kind of thing occurs.
Right.